I have two favorite books on the Holy Spirit. One I would kind of call the Summa of the Holy Spirit. It's kind of like the Imitation of Christ, a classic book you've always wanted to read and you should read, but you haven't read yet. That's what this one is, The Sanctifier. It's a classic book, but again, it's one of those kind of books that I had a copy, and I'm embarrassed to say how long I had it, probably for about 20 years on my shelf. And finally, one year I picked it up, and after reading a couple chapters, I said, what took me so long? It's like a treasury of information and prayers and devotion to the Holy Spirit. Actually, one of the titles for it, it's written by Archbishop Martinez, but it was called True Devotion to the Holy Spirit. So that tells you a little bit about it. It has, the first chapters are about devotion to the Holy Spirit, but then it goes chapter by chapter, the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and then the fruits of the Holy Spirit, and then the Beatitudes, as if you didn't have enough. But I mean, it's incredible. You really, you might know the list of gifts of the Holy Spirit, but do you really know, I don't know, the fullness of all that? It's like it's like a beautiful gift that somebody's given you, and you haven't really decided to unpack it yet. And this book really is helpful in that way. It's a wonderful meditation book that you can use for, Lectio. It's just it's one thing to read maybe a paragraph on these are the gifts of the and fruits of the Holy Spirit, but then when you have a book like this that really goes into detail about the beauty of these gifts and how it's developed in our life, this is really worth having on your shelf. If you want something a little simpler, and I read this, I went up to chapel and I said, let me look at this book. Beautiful book. It's actually geared towards teenagers for their confirmation, and it has a dedication page in the front. It has a page in the back where sponsors and people that come to the confirmation can write their thoughts in. But it's also has a lot of pictures. I love the format. I mean, it's the kind of thing that you're not. It doesn't clutter up with a lot of print. It focuses on the gifts, and it's in the words of Pope Francis. So he's very to the point. He's very practical. And you can just sit with this and take one gift a day for the Novena to Pentecost, for example. And then when you're finished, give it to a teenager that you know. It's great. It also has in the back, after each chapter on the gifts of the Holy Spirit, it has a treasury of prayers to the Holy Spirit that are just beautiful. So it's like a memento of the confirmation, and it's good for them to like just delve a little bit deeper into it and have a remembrance of this incredible sacrament and the gifts that they're given in this sacrament, and also the part in the back with the prayers. It's really it's the perfect gift for a confirmation. But I would highly recommend reading it first yourself.